What's your name and how old are you?
My name is Naya and I'm 21 years old. I was diagnosed with cancer last year. I was diagnosed with stage 3 classical Hodgkin's lymphoma. When I found out I had cancer, I was just shocked. I didn't really say anything. At first, it was devastating. You know, everybody have their moments. I did have a meltdown. I'm not really an emotional type of person, so it was kind of like, okay, where can we go now? Like, now that I have it, what can we do, or what is it exactly? And they didn't know what type of cancer I had. They just know I had tumors in my body, and they had to figure it out. When I was in elementary school, I had this friend. She had brain cancer. It was very serious, you know. I know it was serious, but I didn't really think nothing of it. I didn't think every person always think that the worst cannot happen to them, you know. And seeing her go through that, I didn't really think that could happen to me. But I didn't feel no type of way against her. It was just I was worried, but at the same time, I couldn't really believe something like that could happen. But when I went through it, it was like, wow, the worst can happen. I think I had a nice support system. In the very beginning, it was kind of hard because at the start of me finding out, that's when COVID and stuff started going on and whatnot. So I wasn't able to have family and stuff with me throughout the entire process. Like in the beginning, I had to be by myself. I had to go through surgeries. I had to talk to doctors and everything by myself, only because COVID was coming up and stuff, and it was really new, and they wouldn't allow family, even my mother, into the hospital, even though I was 18 or 19. My mother, she was on a whole nother level of hurt. Like, she couldn't believe that I had cancer. She couldn't believe that this was like reality that actually happened. And my dad was devastated as well. And like when I used to be on the phone with my dad or my mother, it's like I used to hear them, the frustration and the tears in their voice, but they used to try to hold it back so I wouldn't hear that, or they just hurry up and get off the phone. And it's kind of, I can see where the frustration or the sadness comes, because my dad's mom, she died of breast cancer when I was young. My mother's mom, she had breast cancer, but she's a breast cancer survivor. Then it's like they didn't have it, and they found out that I had it. So it was like, okay, where we go from here, you know? I didn't know I had cancer. My stomach, I used to have like really bad cramps. I thought it was like the regular female menstrual, like monthly thing. But after my menstrual went off, it stayed for like a week or 2 weeks. I had really hard pain in my stomach. So I decided to stay at my mom's house one night. I told her about it. It got to the point where I couldn't move anymore and stuff like that. So the next day, I ended up going to the hospital. They ended up doing an x-ray, an ultrasound, and I had a CT done. They still didn't know exactly what was going on, so I ended up staying the night. We had, I think I had an MRI and the EKG done, and that's when I found out I had tumors in my stomach and in my chest and in my pelvis. My biggest tumor was in my stomach, and that's when I found out I had cancer. When I found out I had cancer, I did not get mad at myself because I had no idea I had it. Like, y'all, like, when I found out I had cancer, the doctor was like I had to have it for like a year. So I was like, well, if I had it for a year, why didn't nobody tell me I had it? Like, I'm saying that because I used to go to the doctor all the time because I had severe anemia. I'm not say quotation marks because that's what the doctor told me. I used to fall out at work and everything, and they said that I had severe anemia and low iron. My iron was like a 4. That is really bad for those who don't know. A 4 is really, really bad. And I wasn't even supposed to be up walking. I was supposed to be passed out. But somehow I was walking around That is not normal. I didn't know that is not normal. That is not normal. I guess that's the grace of God, right? I don't know. But yeah, it's crazy. Life is crazy. But apparently I had severe anemia. Then when they found out I had cancer, all of a sudden I don't have severe anemia anymore. I have cancer. The crap. Before cancer came into place, I saw myself being very successful at a young age. I was going hard for myself. I want the family. I want the house. I want the everything. I want the dream, That's what I saw for myself as a little girl. I never really saw myself, how can I put this? I never saw myself with a guy, a husband, or a family that puts me first, if that makes sense. I never saw myself going as hard as I'm going now for what I want. Like I want the same things, but I want more, and I'm going harder for that no matter what, if that makes sense. My biggest lesson I would say is that life is valuable. You should live your life however you want every day, because you never know what will happen, when it will happen, and how it will happen. We, as a whole, as people, as human race, we can take care of our bodies a little bit more better, because as people, we do suck at that. I would say to an average American, an average black person or whatnot, that it's okay to get checked. It's okay to go to the doctor. It's okay to keep up with your body, no matter what other people think and their opinions. It has allowed me to think more on things. It has allowed me to be more open to things, and it has allowed me to accept myself for me, and to learn more about myself and be more at peace within myself. Every month, I'm in recovery. Every month, I have scans and regular doctor appointments I go to just to keep an eye on my body and see what it's doing. If I'm not at work, I'm at an appointment. And only because I am young, is important. For being through what I've been through with my history, is important for me to keep up and understand what's going on in my body, because we would like to catch it on time this time, because when we did catch it, I was already in stage 3. I had swollen lymph nodes in my stomach, my chest, and in my pelvis, and it was bad. So, and being aware of it this time and staying on top of it prevents for things like that from happening again. It's nice to know what's going on with your body and having screenings and regular scans, because you don't want to not know. You don't want to be too late when you find out something, because maybe you won't have time to deal with it. Like when I found out I was already stage 3, but I had time to still have chemo and everything, which was great. But you always want to stay on top of it so you won't have to be rushing to the finish line or trying to beat something at the punch. So it's important to be aware of what's going on, and it's important to make sure your nurses or your doctor know what's going on with you and your body, so you don't end up dead or something bad happens. My name is Nadia, and I'm proud to be a cancer survivor of 7 months.
Yeah, read it out loud.
Okay. 3 ways to start your next journey in life.
You going through that regimen and coming every day and being brave and dealing with all this scary stuff. You did awesome.
Thank you.
And we're not supposed to hug, but I don't need to hug. Pre-COVID hugs.
We'll do like half hugs like this. Congratulations.
Yeah, half hugs. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for taking care of her.